everyone, my name is Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading, and today I'm coming to you with my Pride TBR. So, of course, it is Pride Month, and I am recently in my romance era, so I decided to make a Pride TBR that features queer romance, because I'm in my romance era, I want to read all the romance, and that's what I'm going to do. I would like to preface this with, of course, it is very important to read diversely and read queer books and all the diversity books all year long, not just in the month that we're celebrating and posting about it, because it's important to support these kinds of stories all the time. But for this month, I still wanted to make a specific Pride TBR where I actually spelt pride with the book titles. So I picked books starting with the letters of pride, Pride, and that's what I will be showing you today. So the first book I have obviously starts with a P, and it is actually the continuation of a series that I know and love. And that is the second book in the Winners Bake All series, which is Paris Delacourt is About to Crumble. This is a series that follows a baking competition, and I had such a great time with the first book, and I'm very excited to continue on. This book is very much a competition, very similar to the British Bake Off. They bake in a hill in a tent. It's a spinoff of that for sure. And the book is separated into like the weeks of the baking competition. So much fun. This follows Paris. He has been entered into the Winner Bakes All competition by his friends, and he is convinced that he will be the first one to be eliminated. Anyway, Paris is there. He makes it through week one. He's shocked that he's made it through week one, but he has. And as he is in the competition, he meets a fellow contestant, Tariq. And since this is a romance, I'm assuming a romance ensues from there. I really enjoyed the first book. I love baking romances. There is nothing about this that I am not excited about. So can't wait to add this to my TBR this month and read the sequel. This also gets me caught up in this series. I know the third book is coming out, I think at the end of the year or the first of next year, but if I read this, I will be caught up. So until the first of this year, I was not a big romance reader, so I still haven't read some of the really well-loved book romances that are well-loved here on BookTube, because I wasn't reading romance until recently, and that is how I got to the letter R with Red, White, and Royal Blue. I have not read this. The movie is coming out, and I need to read this. So that's how it ended up on this TBR. This follows Alex. Alex is the son of the US president, and he has a Twitter beef with the British royal family's prince. The powers that be decide to stage a fake Instagram friendship between Alex and the prince to get the tabloids off their backs, because the tabloids are making a really big deal about this kind of enemies situation between the two. And of course, that turns into a relationship. Like I said, I know there's a movie adaptation coming out about this, and I need to read it before that movie comes out because I'm gonna wanna watch the movie, I suspect. So this had to be R in this TBR. So for the letter I, I've decided to add I'm So Not Over You, and I'm very excited to read this as well. This is a second chance romance, and it's also a fake dating romance. Does it get any better than that? This follows Keon. Keon and his boyfriend Hudson broke up months ago, and Keon is still not really over this breakup. Hudson calls Keon and says they need to meet up, and Keon is really thinking that Hudson is wanting to reconcile. What's really going on is Hudson needs Keon to come to a family event and pretend to be his boyfriend. So they start to fake date, and obviously we all know how fake dating goes. And obviously one of these people still has feelings for the other one, so they fall back into feelings and a relationship. Like I said, fake dating, second chance romance. Cannot wait to read this. For the letter D, I've decided to read Devon and Chris Plans a Wedding. This is a sapphic fake dating book. Very excited. Fake dating is clearly a trope that I love if you haven't noticed. Both of our main characters have various reasons why they've decided to plan a fake wedding. They have 6 weeks to plan a wedding. They've told their families that it's real, but it's not. It is fake. To me, this sounds like a recipe for disaster, but also a fun fake dating romance. Also, their wedding is part of a competition reality TV show, which I love competition setting shows. So this has so many buzzwords that made it onto my TBR. So for the last book on this TBR in the letter E, I've added Enemies with Benefits. This is on KU, so that's how I'm going to be reading it, but I'll insert a picture here. This follows Colby. Colby is at a party, gets quite drunk, hooks up with someone, and then receives pictures the next day, kind of blackmailing him with these pictures. The pictures are of him making out with a man named Ezra, and Colby is actually not even really sure what his sexuality is, and these pictures are basically going to out him while he's still figuring out what his sexuality is. So he confronts Ezra because he does not want these pictures to go out, and very quickly a relationship kind of sparks between these two characters. And I believe we see kind of Colby figuring out his sexuality through the book as well. It's hard to tell from the synopsis, but I'll know more as I read it. Anyway, that is the 5 books that I plan to read for Pride Month. What is one of the books that you plan to read for Pride Month? Let me know down in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.